Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SHWF1 podcast. We are your underinformed American buddies talking F1. I am Tom Delicati, here with Dr. Brady King and Juan Blanco.
Heyo.
Howdy.
John, I was really proud of you for sending us those pictures of watching the race live from your Las Vegas bar, hotel, sportsbook, wherever you were.
Yeah, what time was it there?
It was midnight. It was a midnight race for me. We started at a bar, and then they, for whatever reason, in Las Vegas, decided to close down at 12 o'clock.
Excuse
so
me?
Yeah, it was terrible.
On
The guy was like, hey,
Saturday
y'all
night?
Yeah. He's like, you can stay a little longer if you want. And I was like, well, it's only midnight. And he's like, yeah, we close at 12. It's like, well,
So there's
we'll walk back
9,000
to-
bars in Vegas, and you picked the only one that closes at midnight.
That is why we walked back to the hotel and watched it at the sports book. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, man, that's classy.
Which I'll tell you was not super enjoyable because I like to hear the audio. So there were so many times when there were team messages coming across that weren't
Oh,
transcribed.
you missed some good ones.
And I'm like, what is
man.
Lando saying right now? I know he's saying something, but I just see orange glowing.
He said a
and
lot.
No words.
Yeah,
So
they said a lot.
Well, then here, so like, Tom, let me ask you a question related to that. How many points of downforce do you lose when you fill in the blank?
When you're
What are
front
points
wing
of,
end plate.
Yeah.
Gets
I,
knocked
well, I
off.
was going to try and think of something that wasn't related to driving, like, you know, taking off my clothes. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is points of downforce?
When your
translate
shoes
to?
come untied when you're running a mile.
Yeah, that's 3 points of downforce.
Well, I didn't watch it live. I did wake up early the next morning and watch it. I think I started around 7:30 a.m. local time. I had a tidy 2 hours on Sunday morning, and I got it taken care of. I did watch it without fast forwarding, so no
Nice.
condensed version. Brady, how about you?
No, I couldn't stay up this time. I think it was it 1 o'clock here when it started? It was either midnight or 1 o'clock, and there was no way I was going to make it this time. Just too tired.
Okay. Well, we've got an action-packed show. As much as the race was not action-packed, we've got a lot to cover. We've got our top 5, bottom 5 predictions from last weekend. Also, we might spin the wheel and talk about 3 different things. We used to do that last year. Maybe we should spin the wheel? You guys want to
Yeah,
spin the wheel?
I think
We'll
we
spin
should.
the wheel. We'll definitely spin the wheel this year. But before we can do any of that, a tradition unlike any other. It's our 15-second race reviews. I got a little quieter that time. I really
That's
wanted
okay.
it to be intimate.
I was leaning in.
Could you feel the intimacy?
I was leaning in, but
yeah.
then I realized I was wearing a headphone and it wasn't working.
Mhm. I felt like I was sitting right in your lap the whole time. It was great.
All right. I don't really care who goes first. I'll go first. Why not? Lando has officially fixed his starts. Yuki is already arguing with the pit wall about doing something different with his strategy. Fernando's brakes are on fire. And it's me, Oliver Luigi Behrman. I pass the cars. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Did you see afterwards when they played it for him and he didn't realize that his mic was hot and he was like, "Oh, sorry." They're like, "No, it's totally cool, man."
That was a bit of audio that luckily they transcribed. So I was laughing.
You
while
got
I
a few
read that.
chows.
Yeah, I got a couple of chows. It was great.
Mm-hmm. John, you want to go next?
Sure. Well, nobody ever accused China of being the capital of fun, and Shanghai was no different. Especially if your name rhymes with Pasley, Dewis, No Hair, or Cargonzo. Lawson finally beat Yuki thanks to a little help from the clock. And why didn't Ocon get driver of the day? Because he's French. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Nobody
Amazing.
ever accused China of being
There was some shots fired in there.
Just a few.
Oh,
All right.
All right. Brady, you're up.
Yes, this is witness protection. We understand that we believe you are in danger. We can get you processed into our system, but we'd just like to know what you'd like to use as your new name. A suggestion would simply be to swap the first letters of your first and last name. Yes, Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson. Checo Paris.
Swap the first and last. All right. I like that.
Witness protection. Oh gosh. Well, those were really good, guys. I really enjoy that. We're back to swinging at full speed here with our 15-second race reviews. Let's talk quickly top 5, bottom 5. This was a stinker of a weekend on the race side of things. It was also a stinker of a weekend on our picks side. Brady, yours was the only 3-pointer that hit because you hoodwinked us all.
Yeah, you did.
Come on now.
This was horrible. I can't.
I don't think we can do that again, but I had no idea. You guys had no idea.
No.
It couldn't have been. How would you know?
So Brady's 3-pointer was that, last season, 2024, pole position was 133.6. And he said this season, pole position will be faster than 132.5. And they were in the 131s in FP1.
Yeah.
It was disturbingly fast this year. So we give you that one. You're never, ever going to get one over us like this again.
After FP1, we immediately knew that Brady had 3 points coming his way.
Right. Totally unfair. But he was in third place, so he did have some ground to make up. So that 3-pointer definitely swung his total score. John, you said at least 2 drivers will DNF. We had 1.
It was looking good real fast there, right?
Yes.
It was trying to.
Mercedes, I said Mercedes will lead the Constructors' Championship after China. That was a horrible pick. Somebody should have talked me out of that one. I might have been drunk when we recorded that last episode. I can't, because I'm looking back at my picks. I'm like, what on earth was I thinking? So yeah, it was really, really questionable from me there. And in terms of our actual points, top 5, bottom 5 picks, we all had kind of a stinker of a weekend. But interestingly enough, after 2 races of this season, there is a 3-way tie for 3rd place.
Yeah.
So we're all level on 12 points. So you could say we have a 3-way tie for 1st. I'm going to say we have a 3-way tie for 3rd.
Yeah,
I'm going to say we're all starting at 0 now.
Basically. We might as well have not picked the last 2 races. Didn't matter.
Pretty much.
Brady gets the tiebreaker because he hit both of his 3-pointers. Or no, he didn't.
No, I did not.
Sorry.
This is a warm-up round.
Oh my gosh.
We'll start for real in Japan.
Yeah. Little interesting tidbits, notes. I did find it interesting, and I didn't have time to look this up, but I wonder if anybody out there wants to look this up. I'd love to hear from you. When was the last time in a Grand Prix that at different points in the race, 2 different rookie drivers held a fastest lap of the race? Because it happened in China.
I mean, when was the last time we had enough rookies where it could happen?
That's my point. Like, I'd really love to hear from somebody. If this was, if this is it never happened before, that's pretty cool because Bortoleto helped set the fastest lap on lap 30 and Hadjar set the fastest lap on lap 37.
Mm-hmm.
Now, between those 2 points in time, Oliver Behrman said ciao 17 times.
I bet the very first year of Formula One, 2
that
rookies
might have
said, yeah.
That might have been. But they weren't recording
that
who had the fastest lap at that point.
Yeah.
So therein lies the problem.
Well, and also it doesn't really matter because you get no points for it. So you get a little green stopwatch and howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Okay, well let's jump in and we'll spin the wheel and we'll see where it lands. Oh shoot, still don't have a sound effect for the end of the wheel spin.
Ciao.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so
back.
the topic on this wheel spin is who got it right this weekend. So it could be a team, could be a driver, could be anything. So Brady, who do you think got it right this weekend?
Well, the obvious one is McLaren. I mean, you can't get much more first than first and second. It was touch and go there at the end. And so this is where I'm going to rewind even the beginning of last year, but really 2 years ago when McLaren would screw the strategy up when things just couldn't go their way. And as the race is winding down this time, they're telling Lando, look, your brakes, they're dying. Please just get this car home. And he limped the car in just the right way that they finished 1 and 2. They did exactly what they needed to do. So everything that could have gone right went right. Everything that could have gone wrong, they mitigated. I can't imagine a better way to come out of the last race to come back to another race like this. They just nailed it.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of that team radio where they were telling Lando, I'd rather finish second than not at all?
This is a marathon, right? You've got to okay, you got one win under your belt. Okay, you're not going to win them all. You need to get as many points as you possibly can. You just have to continue to be methodical and pick your spots. And sometimes you're going to win, and sometimes you come in second. And both of those are really good finishes.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was a very clinical performance from Oscar Piastri. He was never in any danger. It was so smooth and easy for him.
Yeah, that's something interesting as a side note about this track. Just to call out, so kind of a snoozer of a race, right? They resurfaced the track. The track seems to be a tire shredder, and it's a little boring when you look at the design of the track with that huge long backstretch, right? And some like big sweeping turns, and you would look at it and think that this is going to have a lot of passing spots, and then you just don't. And Piastri just kind of walked away with it. And it's really down to just you need to manage your tires. Everybody was complaining about their tires all weekend because the track just eats them up.
And I definitely think it's the dirty air following closely the car in front of you. And so all those top cars, once it kind of became obvious that they wanted a one-stop race, it's like, I need to put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds between me and the car in front of me in order to maintain this and make sure that I'm not falling as prey to somebody behind me, but also I can make my tires last till the end. That was their ultimate goal.
There's never like a way to say, like, it's always better to be out in front. Obviously we want to be leading the race, but almost at this track, this seems to be the most important, like being out in front of here and maybe like Monaco, right? Like this is the place where you need to be out in front.
It's not that passing was impossible. It's just that it wasn't happening in the top 8.
No, and if you did, you were burning your tires up.
Right.
Yeah.
They were compromising the rest of their race. I'll tell you, from my perspective, there's another group that got it right this weekend, and that was Haas. They were the worst, by far the worst car in Australia, and they show up a week later, and they were in double points even before the disqualifications, I believe. So that was a huge turnaround, and they got it right on strategy. They even split their strategy. Behrman started on the hard, Ocon started on the medium. They were doing alternate strategies, hoping for, a kind of a circumstances to fall their way with one of their cars. And instead they wind up after the disqualifications with a 5th and an 8th. That's huge. That's huge, massive points.
Yeah.
Makes me want to jump on the Haas wagon. That's for sure. Almost bought a shirt, but then I decided against it.
John, I'm going to get you an Ocon hat.
If I were to support a Frenchie besides Fred, that would be the one.
Yeah.
I like him better than Pierre.
Well,
that's not fair. Sorry.
You're entitled to your opinion, sir.
Yeah. And it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might not agree
I'm not
with
saying
it.
it's right. I'm just saying that's what
John,
I like.
did you have someone in mind who got it right this weekend?
Yeah, Williams. I think Williams, arguably they've had one of the worst cars. I know
technically a double points finish this weekend as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got, obviously, our good friend Carlos is doing what he can with what he has. Albon had a fantastic weekend, I think. So when you're double points and you're Williams and just happen to be tied in the constructors with Ferrari.
Yeah. Your fourth place constructor, Williams.
Yeah. So
who thought we'd be saying that after 2 weekends?
Not on my bingo card, as Brady says. So yeah, only 2 races in, but tied for 4th, double points this weekend. They actually looked like they knew what they were doing. Which there were quite a few teams that didn't. So I'll take it.
Cool. Let's spin the wheel again and see what we get.
Chow, but not the good chow.
Yeah, the first one was like a chow high. This is a chow low.
Yep.
They put the little, what is it, the umlaut or whatever?
Yeah.
It goes on the other side. Yeah.
So who got it wrong this weekend? Let's talk about that. John, we'll go to you first. Who got it wrong this weekend?
Ferrari. Poor Ferrari.
They had a really good sprint race.
Great sprint race.
Yeah.
Great qualifying. Well, theoretically great.
Even last week, I had no clue this was a sprint weekend.
Yeah, I had no idea it was a sprint weekend until I woke up the next morning and saw the results, and I was like, "Oh, there was some racing happening." Ferrari arguably has a better car than Red Bull, and when you are getting just shark hunted by Max Verstappen in the last 10 laps or so and can do nothing about it with a better car. I think we all agree Ferrari has a better car than Red Bull, right?
100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Max is dragging that thing around the track.
Yep.
And Lewis is a great driver. So
Yeah.
better car, somewhat equal, at least same playing field driver should not be getting lapped down like that. And it just seemed, to top off the weekend, the double disqualification, which I know we saw that in Coda last year as well. And,
Mhm.
I don't know how much of that falls on the team. I think a lot of it does because they know what 9mm is supposed to look like, and 8.6 ain't 9. So just bad for them. And the strategy was jacked up. They just couldn't get anything right this weekend. And I know Lewis is probably sitting there thinking, did I make the right decision? Like, am I really in the right place here? It'll come along, but he's got to have some buyer's remorse right
They're
now.
very competitive, but they're competitive on pace. They will be competitive the rest of the season, but they're digging themselves a hole. They are supposed to be the number 2 constructor. They are supposed to be toe-to-toe with McLaren. And instead of being toe-to-toe with McLaren, they are 61 points behind them after 2 races.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better at this point, if McLaren continues at this pace, they're going to have like 940 points
They're not
for the
going to.
season, which they're not going to.
No,
but they
no.
should be much closer than they are.
Right. My point is that 60 points it's a lot of points after 2 weekends. You don't want to dig yourself that big of a hole. Like when you consider Mercedes is only 21 points behind. Like if you would have swapped the Mercedes and Ferrari names on this list in terms of points in the constructors, I would have been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
See, I think the bigger problem there is that they're 40 points behind Mercedes. Like, I don't know if I can say that they're like, we thought that they should compete with McLaren. And if they don't, that's okay. But you got to be then solidly at that second, fighting for that second spot. And you were so far back after 2 races where,
So let's put this in perspective. Yes, they are 61 points away from McLaren. They're 40 points behind Mercedes, whatever it is. They are 3 points ahead of Haas.
Right.
And they are 11 points ahead of Sauber.
Well, and trailing considerably to Red Bull, who is in third.
To Max.
Only
Trailing
has
to Max.
one
Yeah, to
driver.
Max, yeah.
So you've got 2 world-class drivers in a better automobile, and you're trailing to one guy in a subpar machine right now. There's a problem with that.
Now, we are just really focused on the scoreboard here because on track, they both had a great race. It just doesn't count. That's the problem.
But the Ferrari did show that they can win, right? I mean, you won the sprint race. So we know you got a good car. Just stop shooting yourself in the foot, right? Like,
good car, bad strategy.
Yeah.
Well, my who got it wrong this weekend, and I could pick specifically on Liam Lawson or Jack Doohan or, just one specific driver. But I'm going to say the Racing Bulls because that I don't know how they came to the conclusion that the best thing to do was a 2-stop race and we're going to put both our drivers on it. Not only did they screw up the strategy, they had a double Q3 appearance. They were both in the top 10 to start the race, and they turned it into 0 points.
Side note, did you see Hadger giving Yuki the toe when he screwed up his lap down the backstretch? I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was
very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But besides the strategy screwing them, walking away with no points after 2 cars in Q3, and Yuki's front wing spontaneously combusting.
Yeah,
they're just in really bad shape. So it's Racing Bulls is the team that got it wrong this weekend.
Yeah.
Brady?
Oh, so this is actually, I'm going to split this down the middle. So first I want to give a little props to someone who should not be up there after 2 races. And I think I texted you guys the little meme of The Office where the guy's like, oh, how did you get here? Lance Stroll. What is going on here? How are we just fumbling up?
We have had 2 races and a sprint, and he has scored points in every single one of them.
It's amazing.
He might be the only driver who did.
It's crazy.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
But then that
we don't
highlights
have the stats in front of us.
Or Google to look it up real quick.
Right. But that highlights the guy who got it wrong, which is Alonso. And it's worse this week because of what happened last week. So a double, 2 races in a row.
Yeah, it's compounded.
yeah, it just is really no fault of his own. I mean, you can't really stop your brakes being on fire unless you. I don't think he did anything wrong there. And the last race was just chaos in the wet weather. But that's not how you want to start the season. That's not how you want to start trying to build the relationship with the new engineers. I don't know. I feel bad for him. We all love him. Hopefully we can rebound out of that. But that car does not look very good. So he's going to be dragging that around all season.
Well, and you never know. I mean, we might get a little bit of a Newey effect at some point during the season for Aston Martin. I will say that so far this season, pleasantly surprised with their performance, not in terms of pace, but in terms of being able to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're still in 7th in the constructors, but for Aston Martin to have 10 points already this season, I'm actually pretty surprised by that. After
all
races.
Max for Red Bull and all Lance Stroll.
All Lance. If you would have asked me who's going to score more points and carry the team, Stroll or Fernando this year, I'd have been like Fernando, hands down.
Yeah.
Which Stroll, mind you, right now is also currently ahead in the driver's standing of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc.
Yeah. Stop the count.
Yeah. So again, 2 races in, had a double disqualification. So not necessarily apples to apples here, but that's one of the ones you take a picture of and hang it on your wall. And they're like, well, is that how you finished the season? No. This was 2 races in, but I was still pretty proud of it.
I was the best racer in this race and in this race. And don't look over there.
But it is interesting now that you bring that up, John, the driver's standings. So here's the top 4. Lando, Max, George, Oscar. No huge surprises. Expect those names to be in and around that spot. Let's look at the next 4. Antonelli, Albon, Ocon, and Stroll in that order.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is pretty wild.
Never would have predicted any of those.
It's only 2 races. We got a long way to go, but still.
It is only 2 races with a long way to go, but Kimi, I like. The dude is like, he's rolling. He's exactly what
he's
Mercedes
a dude
wanted, and he's doing he's doing it.
He
is
a
dude. He's a dude, man.
He is
Some would say
a dude. And I would say, honestly, Behrman's a dude too. He is showing that he can be a dude.
We should start passing out duties for whoever gets the dude award. And you get
this
duty.
weekend. Okay, so last weekend, I would say Antonelli was the dude. Yeah. And this weekend, I would say that Behrman is totally a dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the rookie dude award. The rookie duty.
The rookie duty.
The rookie duty. I like it. We're writing it down.
So what about next year when we only have maybe 0 rookies? Can we still give out rookie duties?
Yeah.
Sophomore duties?
That'll work. We got a sophomore
we'll workshop that.
Something. Yeah.
This will be a 2025 thing. Yeah. Let's not let this become a 2025 problem. It's definitely a SHW 2026 problem.
But I want a problem now, Tom.
Right?
Yeah, you sound like Yuki. I mean, you didn't get those bits on the radio, but good Lord. I think I took a screenshot of it, actually.
Oh, that one was so good. I want a cookie. No, but I want it. All right, whatever.
Do whatever you want to do. I want to use more of the front tire.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a wise idea. Well, I want to. All right, well, do whatever you want then.
Yeah, I did not get a screenshot of it, but that's basically it. I did get a screenshot of the Albon radio. It says, we're happy with the tires for now, but I'm good. I'm better than everyone. Let's relax. I'm very comfortable.
I forgot about that. I'm better than everyone.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm better than everyone. Let's relax. Albon. Hey.
That's right.
16
exactly
points,
right.
Alex Albon.
Not a rookie duty. But he's a duty.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a break, and then we've got probably one more wheel spin in us, and we'll see what happens. Spin the wheel.
Red Bull gives you wings.
So is that what you want to talk about, John? You want to talk about Red Bull? Or are you talking about the 4 different Red Bull seats that are currently on the Formula One grid?
I think all things Red Bull right now are pretty crazy. Yeah.
It still drives me insane.
I know. You don't like the 2-team thing going on.
I don't. It's been well documented. We don't need to beat that horse again. But there is a lot of chatter, and even over the past couple of days, it's picked up even more about how much of a leash Liam Lawson has in that second seat at Red Bull, given how, even with the lack of actual results, I mean, everybody kind of agrees that Yuki's driving the pants off his car and Liam can't figure out the Red Bull. So the chatter is that they want to make a swap and could do it as early as next race in Suzuka.
You have
Yeah.
to. You
They
if you're
have
going to make
to.
a move, you have to do it now, right? You're
It's
you're
not
going
too
into a
early.
break.
Really?
No, it is too early,
Man.
and here's why. You didn't hire him to come in last place. You hired him to compete, and he's not competing. Yuki's competing with arguably a subpar machine. It doesn't hurt you right now to make a change and see if Yuki can do any better. It's not like if you make the change and Yuki does worse after 3 races, you can't bring Liam back or get somebody else in there.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I mean,
Can you?
could this be an Albon Gasly thing all over again?
Yes.
That's
You
my
think
fear.
so?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, so first, I famously predicted that one Jack Doohan would not make it 10 races, and we all kind of went, man, 10 races seems fast. And here we are 2 races in going, Liam's cooked. I do think he's cooked. I do think they're going to swap, and I do think that that's going to hurt the team. I think that that is a bad precedent. I understand that he hasn't performed well. I also think that that car is kind of doo-doo. I think the car is just on a knife edge, and that Max is just that good that he can drive a car that's on the knife edge because he can continue to put in corner after corner perfectly. But I don't think anybody else really can. I think what's going to happen is you're going to put Yuki in that car, and Yuki's going to get like 16th, and then we're all just going to go, wow, Max is just that good and that car's that bad.
You know, I believe Checo's still under contract.
I mean, man, I can see the drive to survival.
It would be such a, like, you remember the end of Dodgeball,
Yeah.
where
do.
you're watching the Average Joe's commercial, and they have taken over Globo Gym,
Mm-hmm.
and it's such a, like, I picture this scene where like White Goodman is sitting on the couch and he's all fat and he's eating all the snacks, and like, that's Checo right
That's
now.
Checo.
He's gonna get the call, and he's sitting on the couch eating donuts and drinking a big soda and all that stuff, and he's gonna get the call. Hey, Checo, Liam's not cutting it. We need you back. And it's like the bat signal just came out.
I would love to see him tell him no. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that
Oh,
you
he
never turn down
totally
an
should.
F1 seat, but yeah, I honestly, I'm pretty sure he's gone. I heard a hilarious rumor this week that there's no way that could be true, which was that they would offer Colapinto the Racing Bull seat and that Liam was just out. And I was like,
Oh,
I mean, I can't imagine that, but at the same time, so you
Yeah.
send him back to Racing Bull. This is the same thing that happened to Albon. He's not coming back up.
no.
Mm-mm.
So he's not going to be a Red Bull racer at this point. So on the flip side of this, what's the point of putting him down on Racing Bull? He's taking up a seat on your
Mhm.
development team. So why not just boot him if that's what you're going to do?
I think they've got to give him more time. This is just me personally, what I would do. I mean, 2 races. I understand he's coming in with more F1 experience than your typical rookie, but any F1 experience you have does not prepare you for that second seat at Red Bull. All
Yeah.
the way back to when it was Max and Danny. Like, let's
Yeah.
look at Red Bull's history over the last 8 or 9 years, however long Max has been in the sport, really. Nobody can drive that car besides him. Nobody can really compete with him. Nobody can. I mean, Checo was the best,
I don't
but
know.
he
Ricardo
was,
was pretty awesome.
but
He
he
should
didn't
have never
last long
left.
enough. He
Because
didn't
left
last
on
long
his own
enough.
terms. He decided to leave.
I understand, but there's not enough there. That was when Max was like 17, 18 years old. Like, he was still very, very raw at that point. But Ricardo's like, yeah, I knew it wasn't for me. He knew that team was going to be Max's team. Everyone did.
Yeah.
And I
Do
think
we all agree that we at least feel bad for Liam? Like, I mean, young driver.
Crickets out of us here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Tom
fair.
and I
Okay.
are just staring at each other. Who's
Yeah,
going to
what's
break
your
the
point,
silence?
dude?
That's fine. No, look, it's weird when like it's a sports personality, right? Because we look at it in some way like disconnected. Like you're not a person. The feelings don't matter, or whatever. But that's got to be real tough. So you're super young. You prepared for this your entire life. You got your dream. You're not driving for even a back mark. I mean, just driving for F1 would be a dream, but you're driving for Red Bull. And 2 weeks in, and yeah, it hasn't really gone great. And already everybody's calling for your head like you've done a war crime. Like that sucks. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, now that you put it like that, it is pretty heartbreaking if he does lose his seat and then never finds a real place in Formula One, because it's almost like the professional athlete, right? Like they're going all through school, they're playing football, they get drafted D1, they go to the pros and they last one season and they're out. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, what do I do now? Like,
Right.
it's not going to go into marketing or go be a CPA. I'm a Formula One driver. So from that aspect, I get where you're coming from. All right, I'll let him stay through Japan. But then
I don't
after
know.
that, I'm cutting his ass.
But also think about this. And this is what I'm actually just reading now online, saying nothing's official yet, but the direction looks clear. Honda may have helped get things across the line for Yuki to step up to the Red Bull seat in his home Grand Prix. We are forgetting that this is Yuki's home Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it's that's so short-sighted if that's the case. Like,
yeah, look, Helmut Marko does not really like ethnicities of any kind.
We're dancing around this one.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, but what I'm surprised is like there must have been like a back and forth then for Honda to push for that, because to me that's what it always seems to have been, was that Helmut was just like, no, we're not going with Yuki. And it didn't really make a whole lot of sense because he had shown that he obviously has pace and he's never really gotten a chance. So what's really been the holdup? And for Honda to push it across like that, okay, I mean, so be it. I fear for Yuki in the same way that I fear for Liam right now, because I feel like they just put him up there. I think the car is junk, and I don't think anybody's got his best interest in mind here. And I think that like he's just going to burn out too. Honestly, so there was a funny little like online thing of what they should do is they should just not run 2 cars. They should just run Max and give him all the money and all the upgrades. And I mean, that's what all your points are going to be anyway. So
yeah, 19 cars on the grid.
Sure.
Are you allowed to do that?
I
guess you theoretically could, right?
I don't know.
Your sponsors might be a little upset about that.
Yeah.
We'll just put them at the end and tell them don't go out of 5th.
Just go right into the pits. Just
yeah. Right. There you go. Have fun.
Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh. Are we reporting in real time right now?
We are reporting in real time.
I can't do it.
How? See, came down on the radio, huh?
Okay. Before we go, two important things that need to be brought up.
Okay.
One, thank you to Tim C in the Netherlands for your listenership and your likes on Twitter. We appreciate you. Maybe a retweet every now and then would be nice. But we're glad you like our content. So thank you, Tim C in the Netherlands. Also, breaking news. ESPN F1. Yuki Tsunoda will swap seats with Liam Lawson as Max Verstappen's teammate for next week's Japanese Grand Prix after a Red Bull meeting in Dubai. According to multiple reports, they said an official announcement was expected later in the week.
This is what happens when we start recording. Stuff like this happens.
And look at that, Brady. You're not wrong. He looks
fantastic.
Right?
He does look great, right?
The blue.
I didn't realize it came in child sizes.
They went to the.
You're talking about the overalls. You're talking about
Yeah.
the Red Bull overalls. Just to be very clear about Brady's comment there.
Did you guys see the joke? So I think it was on Reddit where they were doing like they showed the Formula One the driver poses, and it was right before they released the real ones, and so like they had everybody doing. They had George doing the T pose, but then they had
kill me now. I want to die.
But then they had Yuki, and it was just like from the forehead up, like he was up.
I can't remember who it was on Drive to Survive. I think it was Antonelli. Like the first time he sits down in the chair, the camera's just too high and you just see the top of his forehead.
Oh my god.
All
right. Oh the gosh. Just stupid stuff. All right. So Yuki's in, Liam's out. We don't need to talk about it anymore because we get to actually see it happen in a week and a half.
I am so excited.
We get to talk about it next week too. So in your weekly installment of This Week in F1, we'll talk to you next week as we look forward to the Japanese Grand Prix. Until then, thank you for listening.